Welcome back to the Great Smoke 2024. We are in the final hour, if you can believe it, of the Great Smoke. We are live, coming to you from the fairgrounds once again in the final hour. And I mean, this has been a spectacular event. Kim, as always, is scouring the crowd for interesting guests, maybe new people who are having some fun. Kim, where are you and who are you with?
Michael, I'm literally right behind you if you just want to turn around.
Hey!
Hey, there we are. So I am in the VIP section, and I found a group of rowdy men all in matching outfits. And if there's anything I have learned from this event over the years, if they are in matching outfits, they are a boatload of fun.
Gotta
For
be.
some reason,
Gotta be.
that's just how it is.
Where are they from? Do we know where they're from?
Hold on, let's get all the information real quick. I know they're not from Florida because I talked to them a little bit ahead of time. So
I want to come say hello too.
come on
I'm
out.
right
Hey,
here.
actually, Michael, we have shots and there's a spare one for you, so
Oh,
you're going to
thank
join
God.
in. Sorry about
What's up,
it. All
fellas?
right, why don't you introduce
What's
yourself,
happening?
tell us about your club and where you guys are from.
My name is Big Rob. We got a cigar
How'd you get that
group,
nickname?
GPC.
Just kidding.
We're from the DMV area, DC, Maryland, Virginia. It's our third year in a row, and we've grown since then. We started with 5, and now we're at 12. Enjoying ourselves, loving it, having a great time. Nobody got it. Who got it better than us?
Nobody.
All right, everybody, cheers. I'm so happy there's so many people from out of state coming here to celebrate. This is what the Great Smoke is all about, guys. Yeah. So we have people from all over the country taking shots, smoking cigars, and having a great time. This is what it's all about. I'm so happy. Guys, 3 years. Michael, 3 years they've come here all the way from
3
the
years.
DMV.
Now wait,
What?
let me ask you this. What brought you here the first time? How did you hear about it? How did you know about it?
Social
It's Big
media.
Rob's fault.
Social media. They call me the research and development.
I heard they call you all kinds of shit. That's what he was saying over here. No.
So I found you guys on social media. One of the great event, great area. You know, this time of year in the Washington, D.C. area, it's kind of cold. So we want to come down and enjoy the weather. So we got a good guy here, moved down to the area a few years back. We wanted to follow up with a good friend, enjoy time with him, and also enjoy a great event.
Now how about this? Since you guys are from metro area, you said, right?
DC, Maryland, and Virginia.
What's your local shop or lounge? You want to shout out your local shop or lounge?
We want to shout out our local shop, a good brother, Shami, from OC Cigar Lounge in Woodbridge, Virginia.
So if you're local, go check him out. Otherwise, check out smokeinn.com. Where's Paul?
Paul, where
Where's
are
Paul?
you? We lost
I'm right
him.
here.
Oh.
Right
Yo,
here.
Listen, I'm just hanging out, having a good time, sitting in the GM area, general admission area, and I'm sitting with my friend Jim. Jim, is this your first Great Smoke?
No, I've been here at least 3 times.
So this is your 3rd+ year. What do you take from this event tonight?
A box load of cigars, of course.
And you were telling me, so he's got underneath the table his like prized possessions here. What do you have underneath the table that you were talking to me about? Because we should take that out, show what you got. Because obviously there's great specials here and great deals. But go ahead.
This was better than Christmas, actually.
So what do we have here? The Ozinger.
Oz, very good. The first cigar I grabbed out of the pack when I got here.
Okay.
I'd have it.
So did you smoke that cigar and then decided to buy the box?
Exactly.
Wow, that's pretty cool though. That like you smoked the cigar out of your pack that you got with your admission, and you decided, oh my God, I need a box of that.
That's me. I'm an impulsive buyer.
Well, then you're Abe's new best friend. But it's a great cigar, obviously. And what else did you get?
Well, I went to see Leon Searcy, and I got a box of his cigars. And these are really good too. The second cigar I smoked out of the box.
Was it really the second cigar?
It was.
Wow, look at that. Box deals here, and both great packaging, by the way. Like, there's a lot of meaning behind both of these packages. If you didn't know, we'll talk about this one, the artwork on that one. There's some, like, real behind-the-scenes meaning on that. But we're having a great time. We're having a great time here at the Great Smoke 2024. Enjoying this table. I mean, guys, can I stay here? Is this okay?
Fine with me.
Is this seat taken already?
No, it is by you.
Oh, there you go. I'm going to hang out here. You know what? Let me see. Oh, we're ready for this. We're ready for me. So I'm going to go ahead and send it back to Mike. But Mike, if you need me, I'm going to be hanging out here in the general admission area.
Welcome back to the Great Smoke 2024. We have a newcomer to the Great Smoke this year. Before I introduce him, well, obviously he requires one. Boo. I should mention that this particular segment is brought to you by Yellowstone Bourbon, faithfully yours since 1872. Has anyone been able to have a little more Yellowstone Bourbon? Does anyone need a little more Yellowstone Bourbon? Steven, we need more bourbon, please.
Bourbon, bourbon, bourbon.
We need more bourbon.
Always need bourbon.
Steve, do you need more bourbon?
Yes, I'd love some bourbon.
I need some bourbon. Who has? If anyone finds any bourbon laying around, that would be helpful. Steve Saka from the great firm Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. Steve, how are you, man?
I'm great, man. You know, I gotta tell you, I just saw Pedro up here, and let me say this. This is going to be a real letdown because there is no way you can follow Pedro and even match like 1/16 of that dude's energy. In fact, so when Pedro started working at Drew Estate, I mean, he was like a really young kid, right? And we used to actually call him the Energizer Bunny because there is no off switch on that mother. I mean, it is crazy how high amplitude Pedro Vargas is. So I want to ask everybody out here, can we give a shout out for my man, Pedro Vargas? Yeah, Pedro. Let me tell you, it's always great to see somebody like that come up from Nicaragua and, you know, make their own way and earn their own keep. I mean, you really have no idea how special it is for there to be somebody like Pedro. So it's a blessing.
Steve, we've known each other a long time.
We have.
And one of the things I think we all have in common, especially a lot of the folks up here, is how connected we are on social media. Steve, you really have been an evangelist, a pioneer. You are the Magellan of connecting about cigars, not face to face. But I also know how much you love being face to face with people and sitting down and having conversations. And I'm curious, which do you enjoy more? Do you enjoy the ability to connect so widely and write comments and connect with people on those digital platforms? Or
this is a really, really long question. I'm waiting to get to the end of this.
Which do you like more? Do you like being a keyboard warrior, or do you like sitting down in the back drinking bourbon and hanging out with these guys?
For a lot of people, you know, they know me as, you know, when I was with Drew Estate or when I was with JR and now with Dunbarton. But what they don't know is I was basically everybody that's in this room. I was just a cigar consumer that was just crazy about cigars.
Die-hard consumer.
Right, die-hard, crazy.
Yeah.
I was the crazy cigar guy in the cigar store. It was back before the whole internet thing even happened. So I didn't even know that there were other people as crazy about cigars as there was me. So when this amazing thing called AOL was invented, I started connecting with individuals that were like myself.
Did you get the CD?
Yeah. Sorry?
Was it the AOL CD that you got in the mail?
Of course.
You remember that one?
I remember the whole dial-up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So for me, that's where my cigar journey began, was really being a cigar smoker and sharing my love and passion for cigars with other people who are just as crazy as I was. So for me, that's always been the root. It's the thing that's the driving force in everything we do to today. I mean, look, in the end, it's like being a cook, right? You know how you always hear a cook say they cook because they love that food is love, and they love to cook for the people they love, and they express their love that way. That's how I feel about cigars. So sharing anything about cigars, cigar knowledge, tobacco, whatever it may be, taking your money, these are all about love. You know what I mean? So
nothing says I love you more than full price, motherfucker.
Love you too, brother. Thank you.
I want to ask you specifically about Smoke Inn.
Yeah?
Because again, if I look around this room, and I've gotten to know many of you over the last few years, this Smoke Inn social community, there's just nothing like it. Is there anyone here that is? Well, first of all, let's do this. Where are the socialites? Where are the real socialites? Right. So let me tell you something. If you did not raise your hand, then you need to go to Smoke Inn Social, and you need to join this group.
And I think that's one of the reasons why I connect so much with the Smoke Inn customers is because I'm a socialite first, and the fact that I happen to hawk cigars and make cigars is second. And I think the people that are in the group that I interact with, they see that, they know that, and that's kind of one of the reasons why we have such great connectivity, and it's such a great community for me to be part of, not just to sell crap, but to actually be a socialite, because again, that's where I started, was just connecting with other cigar consumers.
But I see the way you connect with this group, and I see the way you connect with Abe, and there is something different.
Fat guys have to stick together, brother.
Fat guys stick together. That's the thing. That's I couldn't put my finger on it, obviously.
It's not your finger, dude. You got to do the whole bear hug thing.
But it really is a special group, and you've really gone out of your way to make very special products for Smoke Inn and for socialites, and you have one this year. You have a TGS exclusive. You've done one every year for the last, 4 years?
We've been the only company blessed to be asked to make one every year. And look, the reason why we're asked every year is because of the socialites and the Smoke Inn customers. They want it every year. So, it's quite an honor that every year they say, hey, what is Saka going to make? What is Saka going to make? And look, and for that reason, even though I bitch about it, because I bitch about everything, it's part of my MO.
That's true.
Yeah, it is.
That is true.
Look, the grumpy part is real. But the truth is, I'm genuinely honored and privileged, because that's not the type of thing that most people enjoy. And it's because of everybody here that I get that luxury.
So then maybe you could share, I suppose it's one thing if one manufacturer has to make one unique thing, and that's obviously, it's a very special honor. I got to make one last year for the Red Meat Lovers Club dinner, but I think it's a different kind of pressure when you have to make something year after year, and you're bringing something different. You're trying to keep people engaged. Explain your process for finding the right liga to put in that box.
I will admit that I mail it in a little bit. So the way this works is I'm always making new blends. And as I'm making these new blends, and I have this series of blends that are just experimentals. And they're normally some tobacco I haven't worked with or some style that I haven't done before. And as I'm making them through the course of the year, I identify the ones, that'll be a really good one for TGS. So what I end up doing is I'm not actually making something expressly for TGS. I'm just keeping TGS in mind as I'm going through all these experimental blends. And that's the reason why. It was like 38, then it was 78, then it was 127, it was 153. There may be a point that we actually go backwards in numbers, because there's some of the ones that are before the 153 that are really exceptional blends. But that's the way I approach the TGS, because you want to make sure that every year that you're giving them something that is not only good, but you also want it to be a unique experience and not a retread of the ones you've done in the past. And that's probably the biggest challenge, is to try to make sure there's always something fresh, because often the people that buy it are the people that bought the previous year or the year before that. So you want to do them right and make sure they get an experience that's worth them getting. Look, if they're going to honor me with their loyalty, the least I can do is appreciate and respect them too. So it's really important to me that the product be really top-notch.
You have constant pressure, as you share often online, the pressure to bring new.
Yeah, it's a constant pressure.
But you're also old school. You've been around a long time, as have I, where this industry, core is king.
Yeah. In the end, the one thing about cigars, the one universal truth is cigars are an inconsistent product. So we as tobacco guys, cigar manufacturers, blenders, what we're trying to do is we're trying to bring consistency to the inconsistent. That's what we're doing. And so the greatest challenge is not making that small batch of 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 exceptional cigars. The real challenge is to make a brand like Sobremesa, and here it is 8 years later, and those cigars are as good in year 8 as they were in year 1. And that's really where the challenge is. And you see the big companies that are long-term successful, the Fuentes and the Padrones and all of those people, they build that on the fact that they put in that day in, day out effort to make that consistent product. So there's always that friend in the humidor that you can't wait to revisit, you can't wait to smoke. And that's really, I know the new and the hot is always the sexiest, but actually the other stuff, at least for us and for anybody that in my opinion is good at their job, they're actually focusing more on the stuff that's on the shelf all the time.
And I think that's an important point because it's very easy. We all like new shiny things.
Yeah.
Everyone likes a new toy, but as difficult as it is to create a new blend, it's infinitely more difficult to maintain it every single year.
Right, because it's not just, you always hear this year's tobacco, that year's. It's not that way. It's literally sometimes bale to bale. So if you're trying to make a consistent smoking experience for the consumer, you're actually constantly adjusting the blend. You're always doing little minor tweaks to it because if you follow it like it's a Betty Crocker recipe, like it's a baking recipe,
it can't be consistent.
It won't be consistent.
Right.
Sometimes the tomatoes are a little sweeter. Sometimes they're a little more acidic. Sometimes you need to add a little bit, pinch more salt. So that's why it's so important to make that consistent core, is to stay constantly on top of it and give it the attention it needs, and to be willing to make the little changes to make it a product that when the consumer buys it, he goes, oh yeah, that's the Mickey Rita I love.
And that's why I want to point that out, because I think it's so easy to get so excited about the new stuff that you do, but to understand that because it is infinitely more difficult to maintain and preserve consistency, if you feel like there is a lull in the momentum of new, go look in the humidor at the core, because the reason there's not something new is because he's working twice as hard to make sure that the core is consistent so you can turn to it anytime, any place.
The challenge that you have, though, as a manufacturer or brand owner is new just sells easily.
Of course.
Right? Because we always are chasing the dream. But what I have learned at my age is that eventually we as consumers, we like to kiss all the girls. But eventually you find the right girl.
Fuck her up, babe.
And you kind of settle in and you find your favorites. And when you find your favorites, they become constant companions.
And you want them around.
And you want them around.
And you want them to be the same.
And in order for that to be the case, it means you have to be focusing on the core so that she's always there, she's always loyal, she always gives you what you want.
I have enjoyed a lot of your limited releases, but admittedly, I've not smoked a ton of them, but I enjoy so much of your core.
Dude, I release so much. Good
the
God.
What?
I release so much.
But I love the core. I really, and obviously I'm a core guy. Let me go back to kind of where we started. When you think about the advent of your AOL experience, some of those bulletin boards, the chat rooms, I mean, Reddit is like the last kind of thing that feels like
Reddit
the old days.
Is similar to what I used to do. The problem is, I find Reddit, I don't have the time to do Reddit.
No,
It's
agreed.
just too hard.
But if you look at how far these tools have evolved, we never could have created communities like this using the technology that we had before, right?
Absolutely not.
So in the couple minutes that we have left, what are we going to do when these very tools that have evolved in such an incredible way to help us connect, they are now trying to sabotage our industry, shadow ban us.
So I don't even know why we're going to
us.
have this conversation, because it's kind of a downer, but that is something that I always worry about, is what happens. Like, for example, I'll give you a perfect example. We were going to incorporate a text system to our retailers, because the retailers, they just like to get a text on their phone, hey, we have this going on. We just learned last week that there's a shaft bill, appropriately named, that bans tobacco companies from using SMS text platforms to reach out even business to business. So it's creeping in everywhere. They're coming at us from all sides. It's something that's rather scary. I think, though, that the community's gotten to the point that it's so strong that if it ever really gets really bad and they really force us out of Instagram and Facebook and all these other places, I think we will migrate to another platform. nobody wants to migrate to one of the alternative platforms because they get all their other stuff in them. But I think we're at the point now that we're strong enough that we as an industry and the consumers that are really in love with cigars, they would make that transition. At least I hope they would, because look, it's the way we connect with everybody anymore. And but it's a little bit scary.
You have been in the industry many years.
Yeah, it's a long time. Some people would say too long.
Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust.
Just go die, Saka.
Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust, though, we're at what, year 8, 9?
This will be our 9th year.
9 years.
Next year will be our 10-year anniversary.
And in the arc of a premium cigar company, 9 years is still kind of on the early side for a lot of these.
We're still a small family company.
What does the future look like when you think about Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust? 5 years, 10 years, 15. Not what are the things you intend to do, but
I do. I know the answer to this.
Go.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Total cigar world domination.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first.
Gonna kill everybody. They're all dead. They just don't know it yet.
Hopefully you will throw Fieri Ortega a life raft. Hey, Steve Saka, Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. This segment, once again, brought to you by Yellowstone Bourbon, faithfully yours since 1872. We will be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere.
The enduring spirit of our public lands inspired us to forge a spirit of our own. And it doesn't take much to see how one leads back to the other. Yellowstone, bourbon for all.
We're heading to the beach for another Twisted Tea drop. We're surprising real Twisted Tea superfans who love the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. And with 5% alcohol, get ready to turn up your fun in the sun all day long. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Well, everyone, this is Chris Duffy here for the last time today. Hope you enjoyed our time together, and thank you all for another amazing year. The Year of the Dragon. Don't forget to watch till the very end when Honest Abe announces the official theme for the Great Smoke 2025. Hope to see you all again next year. This is the Duffmeister signing out. Dragons. Whose bright idea was that? Couldn't have done the Year of the Sheep or anything, no. Sheep are cuddly, fluffy, soft, and nice. They don't give you third-degree burns.
It is an extremely rare sight to have the Red Dragon, Chinese lions, Buddha, and drummer, all the elements of the Chinese New Year in one place. All the elements will now come together. The colors of the lion, yellow for liveliness and red for courage. The dragon will intermix with the lions, while the Buddha and drummer will set the pace for the year ahead. Performing the Year of the Dragon, the Lakeland Lion Dancers. here we are, the final countdown. Lakeland Lions just did their final performance. I mean, this is crazy, these guys.
It was something else, man.
The dragon, the Buddha,
loved it.
the lion. Like, I don't know all the history behind it. I've never seen any of this like Chinese New Year stuff.
Working in Manhattan, you
I
didn't see
never
any
went.
of this?
You did, right? You used to go to
did.
Chinatown and see it all?
Well, I used to go to Chinatown a lot to eat because the food down there is amazing. But I accidentally, inadvertently ended up in a Chinese New Year celebration a
Sure
couple
you
of
did.
times.
Of course
Sure you
you
did.
Paul. Yes.
He was trying to audition. And he couldn't
Of
get a call
course.
back.
Of
So he threw
course.
on a jacket
It
like
was
this.
on
And he was
Broadway.
waiting just as the dragon went in. And then he was like,
Story of my life.
come on, tell me I'm wrong.
You were wrong, but but listen, this is as authentic as it gets. Honestly, like the dragon up there, when we saw them during rehearsals, I couldn't believe that this was actually here.
Okay, rehearsal versus on stage, two totally
I agree.
different things.
I agree.
Wow. Yeah, I did not expect what they did with the whole shebang.
It was, listen, it is an experience in itself.
Let me ask you this. Since we have a couple minutes before we're going to do our final wrap up here, you have a big update here.
I do?
Ooh,
Oh,
are
I
you
do.
kidding?
You had a baby.
Well, personal
Jeez.
update.
Yeah, man.
I had a baby.
I mean, look who's out there. We have 600, 800 people. They're all socialites.
Yes, sir.
They see on KMA. They all this, right? We're all friends. You had a baby, bro.
We had a baby, Oliver Wells. Here, cheers.
Cheers.
Oliver
Cheers.
Wells DeGrocco. He
What
was
a great
born.
name. I love that.
Do you like it?
I love
So
it.
we
It's
always
so
like the
cute.
name Oliver.
Could you imagine if you were like, what a shitty name?
Oh, I mean, it would be weird, but I got to take a sip.
So, Michael, who did you talk to all day? Because I've been running around. Clue me in.
You had some crazy interviews, dude.
Okay.
I saw a couple
Listen.
of them, but I know I missed some.
Yeah.
I don't fanboy. I really don't.
I know you
I've
don't.
lived in New York. Every celebrity in the world has come in.
Yeah.
I'm a big foodie, and I'm a big mob movie fanatic. Those are my two things. I had Guy Fieri and Chazz Palminteri back to back. My life is complete, bro.
That was pretty cool. That was
I
pretty cool.
said to Chazz, I met Chazz once before, and I met
Did
him
he ask about
today.
me?
No, he did not.
Oh,
But
my goodness.
But I said to Chazz, I was like, honestly, in all seriousness, because I'm sure he gets this all the time, but I told him that I have used the lock test more than one time on girlfriends from A Bronx Tale.
Wait.
And
Do you know the lock test?
No.
she doesn't.
Have
know.
you seen A Bronx Tale?
We've talked about
No,
this,
she has not.
Michael. Okay, tell me the lock test.
Hang on, wait. First of all, if you know what we're talking about and you're following on Facebook or YouTube, you put it in the content, in the comments. Put it in the comments. Lock test. Let's see who knows.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see who knows. But the lock test is very simple. Would you like to explain?
Yeah, so basically, you get to
Well,
get
although I don't know, can you do the lock test in 2024 anymore?
Well, it's
Oh.
weird because a lot of cars have like the touch the handle.
All right, tell the lock test first.
But the lock test is you open the door for the girl,
Okay.
right? And she gets in. And then
Yes.
you walk around the car. If she opens the other side, the driver's side for you, then she's good to go. If she does not, then that
now
is
we have to
not
put this
a
in the
girl to keep.
context of the movie.
If she
We're
doesn't
talking
unlock
about those
it,
little,
is she stealing
the
the
little
car?
pop-ups.
What else would she be doing?
Remember the
Yeah, I
pop-up?
know. There's no power locks. You got to push it up. I get
Right,
it.
those
yeah.
were the days. But the lock test, I did the same thing.
Yeah,
I mean, it's very
I have
important.
used it on multiple girlfriends, and none of them passed it, by the way.
Okay.
Also,
If I had the lock test, I've never known that anyone was doing that to me.
did you open the door?
Yeah, that's the
I
question.
would always open the door.
Pass.
Okay.
You
I'm-
Pass.
If
passed.
and listen, I'm out. If I'm out with somebody, I'm not driving, so I got to have them get in one way or another.
And you would do that.
Yes,
You would open the door.
Of course.
I don't know. Do you believe her?
Oh, 1,000%.
all right.
1,000%.
I trust Michael's opinion.
Absolutely.
Paul.
Next favorite line from A Bronx Tale.
Oh man, now you just can't leave.
It's got to be.
Now
it's
you just
gotta be.
can't leave.
Next favorite.
Oh man. Well, now you put me on the spot.
Okay, you ready? Here's mine.
Go ahead.
When they're on the corner and they're imitating all the guys.
All the guys?
And he's like, going like this. He's like, that's Sonny. That's easy. And then he goes, do Jimmy Whispers. And he goes, I can't do Jimmy Whispers. And then the other one goes, do Coffee Cake. He goes, I can't do Coffee Cake. You have to see the movie.
I'm so out of the
You
loop.
have to see the movie.
Sorry.
Oh my God, it's such an
I'm
amazing movie
sorry.
that honestly, you and I are from the same area, so
Yeah.
like,
Wait.
it frames so much of my adolescence.
What
honestly,
year did this movie come out?
Late 90s?
late, well, no, maybe early 90s.
I was born in the 90s. I
All
was
right,
a
you-
kid.
We'd
You're
like to
better than
thank
us.
we'd like to thank Kim for coming, but that's the end of that.
But it was growing up in the Northeast. You know,
Okay.
it was the
Part of your
movie
history.
to watch.
Okay,
By the
I
way,
get it.
you talked about the interviews. The other interviews, besides the celebs, which were great, we had Evan on first thing talking about red meat lovers.
Love it.
Amazing.
Guys are raising money, eating steaks. How great. Then I had Steven from Yellowstone Bourbon.
Which, by the way, Kim and I used your interview when we talked to him because it added a whole new level to our tasting.
It was
with him.
bonkers.
I found him off camera, and I let him know that he can lullaby me to sleep anytime.
No,
That
he's got a great voice,
Holy moly.
but the guy, he's an expert in bourbon.
It was
like,
so
really.
it was so fun to sit and chat with him. We went way over time because we were just having so much fun. Plus, we were drinking serious bourbon, and why not?
Oh, yeah.
Then we had Pedro from Drew Estate. We had Bobby Newman from JC Newman.
Oh, my God, Bobby
We had Steve Saka. I mean, it was just like endless. I know I just forgot one, and I can't remember what it is.
What a
And-
great
and-
day.
But
Steve was great. I mean,
Steve's always great.
Yeah.
It's always great. It's always great to be able to interview people, learn more about people. But we are at that moment where it's time to go back to the big man.
Ooh.
okay.
Abe Dababneh is waiting for us on the main stage. Let us throw it to the one and only Abe Dababneh.
Hello, everybody. How we doing? All right. Hey, Mike, I think I left my phone somewhere down there. When I call you up, bring it up. I appreciate it. All right. It's time for our last round of raffles. Let's give some stuff away here. All right. Our first item is a Deadwood Humidor by Drew Estate. All right, let's see who the lucky winner of this prize is. Karen Cox! Karen Cox, if you're in the room, Karen, please head on down, grab your prize. Congratulations, you are in the building, Karen, hopefully still in the building. Prize number 2, a box of Pie Synesthesia, signed by Timmy Ozinger of Ozinger Family Cigars. Let's see who the winner is. Troy Hudson. Troy, you are home watching. Congratulations. We'll get that out to you in 7 to 10 business days. Prize number 3, a box of the Bronx Tale signed by Chazz Palminteri, all right? If you didn't get a chance to get one earlier, you might win one now. If you weren't here, you might win one now. Let's see who the winner is. Whoa. Luke Ferraro. That's not the prize. That's not the prize. Can we put up the picture of the picture? Nope, not that one. Can we go back to the Chazz? No, number 4 is Chazz Palminteri. Can we go back to number 3? Sorry, item number 3. There we go. That's what you won. I forgot who won. Can we put up the winner one more time? I can't remember. Luke Ferraro, thank you. No. Paul Caruti. They're drawing wrong. Paul, you have won that prize. Paul Caruti, you have won that prize. Box number 4 is Paul Ferraro. I'm not going to draw it again. Congratulations, you have won that prize. Final prize of the day, prize number 5, Drew Estate Bridge Mega Standing Ashtray. Let's run it, see who wins this one. Robert Cruz Bar. Robert, you are here. You have won that standing ashtray. Come on down, grab your prize. Oh, yeah. All right, so did anybody find my phone over here? Thank you. Come on up on stage. I want to get the hosts. They've been entertaining you all day at home. Get them up on stage. They did a wonderful job. Everybody, please give a hand for Michael Herklots, Paul DeGrocco, and Kim Keeney. Come on, give it up for them, man. They worked hard today.
I worked harder than I did all year.
All right, so look.
Oh, you brought your drink. Damn it. I should have brought my drink.
What a rookie.
My
All
gosh.
right. Look, I do this every year. All right, I know you're tired. I'm tired. We're gonna turn this around here. Can you handle the video?
Sure.
Too short.
I'm too short. All right.
Listen, I'm gonna ask you a question. All right, please give me the loudest answer you can. All right. All right. Let me get this turned around. Here we go. I got the hook. Come on, get in here, everybody. See if we can get in here. Ready? All right. What? Do we got everybody? There, Michael, get in there. Here
I'm in.
Did everybody have a good time? One more time, did you have a good time? All right. That's pretty good. All right.
That was good. I like that.
All right. So, I'm going to tell you something. I got a feeling, because walking around as a mess I've been all day trying to get up on stage and deal with stuff on the floor, I just want to say one of the best things was honestly seeing all the smiles on the floor. Honestly, I swear to God, everybody was smiling, everybody was happy. That made our day, honestly. That makes it all worthwhile. Thank you. And I got a little video that expresses my feeling right now. Let's play that video. Let's give it some volume.
I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on. This is my home. They're gonna need a fucking wrecking ball to take me out of here. They're gonna need to send in the National Guard.
Give me more volume.
SWAT team, because I ain't going nowhere.
That's right. We ain't going nowhere. We already have 2025 plan, already working on 2026.
Oh, my God.
You guys want a little preview of what you got coming next year?
Oh.
Let's show 'em. Let's show 'em.
I can't wait.
2025, that's right.
Paul's going to be in a corset?
Yes.
Oh, Paul, we're gonna match.
See Paul in the corset?
Oh.
Better
I
lose some
need
weight.
it. I need it right now. I need the help.
All right, couple things too. Look, what these guys do is very hard. There would be no virtual Great Smoke without these three amazing people. All right, Michael is one of people I can count on 3 fingers that I would trust to do this at home. All right, and the reason why I chose Michael and asked Michael, and thank God he said yes the first time I asked him, is because he's amazing at what he does. All right.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
Michael is equal on passion for what he does. Michael loves what he does. And if you don't know his product, Fieri Cigars, do me a favor. You owe it to this man to check him out. They're amazing cigars. Fieri Cigars, all right?
Thank you.
Please. He won't self-promote himself, but I'll tell you about him. Check it out. It's worth it.
Thank you. And thanks to everybody, by the way, to everyone who's not in the room but has been watching us all day. Thank you guys for following along and for posting your photos and for commenting and for sharing the feed. And for those of you here who didn't get to see the virtual, when you get home, pull up YouTube, pull up Facebook, and watch the side of the show that you didn't get to see, because there's a lot going on. And make sure you share it when you do.
It's fun.
You get to do it all again. So
watch Kim get me drunk.
No
I
problem.
heard you got pretty drunk.
It's Kim's fault. She forced it on me.
We just did, Paul.
Gosh.
We just did.
Lightweight. All right. Real quick. I got to run through a lot of thank yous. I'm going to forget people, I'm sure. But if I do, please know that we thank everybody involved. First, a big round of applause for the Smoke Inn team. My team.
Yes.
Please, give it up.
The best team in the business, honestly.
On your feet, folks. Give them a standing ovation.
Give them a hand. I've been asked all day, how do I do this every year? And I ain't gonna lie, there's no universe in which this can be done without an amazing team. And I am blessed with an amazing team. They have all worked super hard, prepping for this today, every day. It couldn't be done without them, so big kudos to them. I want to thanks to all the vendors, all the libation companies, all the exhibitors, all the cigar manufacturers who helped make this day happen. Without them, we wouldn't have a great smoke, so please give them a round of applause. Let's get the Kaiser University girls up here. Come here. Come on up.
Bring them up.
Yeah.
A staple
Team
of the Great
Sweep.
Smokes.
They have been a staple of the Great Smoke since day one. This university sends us their best. I hope they served you well. If you like what they did for you today, give it up for them, please. Give it up.
Team Sweden!
Team Sweden. All right. A couple other things. Big shout out to the awesome guys at Showtech and ShowPro, Monty Stoner and your team. These guys made it all happen for you guys at home. I just want to give you guys a big thank you. It is always a pleasure working with you guys. DJ Adam. Everybody like the DJ this year? DJ Adam.
Killer.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Really amazing.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. There you go. Thank you, sir. Couple things. Dennis Keeney, happy birthday, turning 60.
Happy birthday.
Should we sing?
Happy birthday!
Also, not a lot of people know that in the last 2 or 3 months while we were planning this event, I had to plan another event. I was planning 2 events at the same time. Next week, I fly home to Chicago for my father's 80th birthday. Stand up.
Happy birthday, Raj.
Raj, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Roger. Happy birthday to you. Hey! I got a lot of family here today. My daughter looks like she's still working, but my daughter's over at the Petra. If you want to come up on stage, Petra, come on up.
She's making sales right now. She's making sales.
Should I even bother or no? Yeah, I didn't think so. My wife is over there. She won't come up on stage.
Brandy!
We love you, Brandy.
Brandy!
But I'm going to tell you something. I ain't going to lie. My staff could attest to this. There's very few women who will put up with me the month of the Great Smoke. It's truth. Very few people who will put up with me this month. So please give a round of applause to my lovely wife. Come on, Petra. All right. She's coming up. I'm trying to think. Anybody I miss? I did my crew first. Stephanie DeGrocco, events. Stephanie DeGrocco.
She's not here.
Hey. generation of Smoke Inn.
Yes!
Yeah!
Maybe.
Our girl.
Maybe. Listen, I'm gonna wind up here. Hopefully we'll catch some of y'all. This shit's over for me now. I'm done. So hopefully I'll catch some of you guys at Boynton. Gonna be at Boynton later tonight.
Who's going to Boynton?
Anybody going to Boynton?
Who's going to Boynton?
If I don't catch you in Boynton, hopefully I'll catch you at brunch. I'm gonna be chilling. We'll be back there tomorrow morning at noon for brunch. We have some tickets available at the door if you didn't get a ticket. But until then, gentlemen, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait to see you all next year!
And cut! That was easy. I know, right? Yeah. We're the real ghosts.